Happy Saturday. This is Renee with Hard Eyes for Vintage. Thanks for checking out the channel and watching the video. I appreciate it. Today we are going to go over a few of the things. Okay, we're gonna go over the candle obsession and the lamp obsession I have developed within the past couple months. I'm not sure why or how, but I seem to go through phases when I'm looking for things to sell in the Etsy store, where it's like, at one point it was McCoy pottery, McCoy everything, and Weller. Only because I know I've learned a lot about it in the past several months, and I know that it sells well for us. We've sold tons of McCoy stuff, and we've been fortunate enough to find some of the rarer pieces, which is pretty cool. So then it was ashtrays. Now it is candlestick holders and lamps. So when we first started this business, we weren't sure about the shipping things, because Jay used to have a business on eBay, and shipping was always kind of like, he did that on his own. He didn't use eBay's shipping thing. Do they even have shipping? I guess they have a internal thing just like Etsy does, but I don't know for sure. But so when we first started with Etsy, he was a little skeptical. Jason's always a little skeptical pretty much about everything. But anyways, so we started out just doing our own postage, and it's not cheap. And I ended up selling a fairly large print piece of art going to Texas, and we didn't have the boxes for it, so we ended up making some cobbled janky box. It's a Frankenstein box, and it was so damn expensive to ship that thing. I don't even think we made much of a profit, and the picture itself sold for $100. So between what we paid for it and the shipping, because you fell into that Etsy trap of anything over $35, offer free shipping to your customers, which that's a whole nother racket. I'm not even going to talk about that. But so with the free shipping and the size of the picture and how we like to wrap to make sure it arrives in one piece and not 70, it was really expensive. So I stopped even posting the art on Etsy and just was selling it locally in Facebook Marketplace. Oh, I'm sitting on my feet. I'm too old for that. I'm gonna get stuck. So it's just been sitting in there, and I had a ton of art that we picked up when we were first sourcing and getting things ready. So fast forward a couple months, and well, fast forward actually almost an entire year. We figured out going through Etsy with their shipping rates was a lot cheaper actually. So we started doing that. But we still didn't sell really large, heavy items, just because. Because I hate that game where, okay, side note, let me just go on a rant a little bit about this stupid Etsy thing. So Etsy tells us as a seller, offer free shipping for your customers. They're more likely to buy it, but put the price of the shipping and handling in the price that you're selling the art for. I hate that. I think that is such a scam, and it creates this unrealistic expectation of shipping for customers who are purchasing something. So, I mean, I get it. Sometimes if you're looking for an impulse purchase and it offers free shipping, you're much more likely to do it. But I don't like building that cost into the price. We still do it. I still offer free shipping for items over $35, but I try to be really precise with the amount of postage, and if the postage goes over what I have calculated, we eat it. We eat the cost. Like for example, today we're sending a Blendo picture to Florida, and it has a little teeny tiny crack in it right at the top. And so, number one, Blundo doesn't seem to move very fast on Etsy, or at least it doesn't for me. I don't know if people just don't collect it anymore or what, but I kind of got sucked into the Blundo world when I first started. So we had this beautiful powder blue, large pitcher, like it's probably that big and about that wide, gorgeous. We had a matching set of juice glasses, we still have those, and a larger set of glasses. We sold the glasses a long time ago, still have the juice glasses, but I had that picture up there and no one wanted to buy it, and it was up there fairly cheap too because it's damaged, which I noted. So I think I started it out at like $38, right, with the free shipping. Nothing. I lowered it down under 35, calculated the shipping for it, nothing. And finally, I'm just like, you know what? This is a big, bulky, fragile item. I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to drop that price. I want to move it. So I put it in there for 10 bucks. I calculated the shipping for that, which was, I don't remember exactly what I put in for the shipping parameters, but she ended up paying $9.17 plus the $10 for the picture itself. And then she had it in her cart, so she got the little offer that we send out. It's like a 15% discount for an abandoned cart, and she used that. So we ended up paying $15 for shipping. So eating that cost quite a bit. Not my favorite thing to do, and you know, Jay's pretty good about not like saying, you know, I told you so. But regardless, it's going to a home. I hope it arrives in the same way it left us. But anyway, so the shipping thing, back to where I was going or starting, we have figured that out. So I have purchased boxes specifically for the sizes of art that we have, and I do have to calculate the shipping cost into the price of the item. And after Christmas, I think we are going to move away from that. I think we're going to eliminate free shipping, and be really straightforward and honest. It goes back into that thing where it's like, I don't run sales. I don't offer discounts, generally speaking. So regardless, now we've got the boxes, we've got the stuff. So I've been picking up art and lamps. Candlesticks, they're easy. Lamps, we have kits to rebuild them, but I'm undetermined. Like, do I want to spend the time and effort and extra money of buying the kit to rewire it and then sell it? Or do I just want to sell it as is? Like, I don't know who I was watching before, a long time ago when we first started, but they said profits, not projects. It may have been Crazy Lamp Lady. I'm not 100%. It's been a while, but I try to remember that when I'm picking something up. Now, on the other hand, there are certain things I like to try to do, such as fixing a little wooden box. Like I've got this oh my God, I can't talk, where they burn wood with a design. And it was falling apart because it's handmade and it's seen far better days than what it has ended up with, and I think someone just didn't take care of it, so it was janky. So this is the one I'm talking about. This, it's unfinished on the back. I can't see my camera, so I'm hoping that this is good. And then it's got a lion burnt into the tray itself. You know, I think it's pretty cool. It's a neat little piece. He's got like little holes in the side, like, I don't know why, but it's almost like he's gonna lace it up, who knows. But there was, this side was, there's a nail in there that was coming through, and it was very loose, and it was very loose over here on this side as well. So I've got some wood glue and some clamps, and I fixed it. So I feel pretty dang proud about that. And honestly, that goes to Abby Askew and Amanda's Mercantile. To see those ladies do what they do, it's so inspiring to me, because I like tinkering. I like trying to fix something, right? Something, and find a new home for it. I think that's super cool. So I'm doing small projects that I feel like I can manage. And this was one of them. So anyways, the lamps, didn't want to rewire them, not sure about it. So we've sold several as is now at this point. So I think I'm going to continue that unless it sits for a long time and no one wants to buy it, and then it'll be possibly worth the time to redo it. So I'm going to show you a bunch of candlesticks that I have been hoarding basically, because some of these date back to our Florida trip, which was this past June. And well, I guess that's not too bad because yeah, so I have a lot of them, but I've managed to collect them over the past couple months. Not too bad, but anyways. So this one is really neat. I found this in Midway, Georgia, and it's just a little plastic lamp. It's just a little desk lamp. It's got a little matching lampshade. The design's on the lamp itself, and it works. They all work. I've checked them and tested them, and some are older than others, but I thought this was super cute. So I'm not gonna rewire it. It's probably not worth that much money. So I'll do this and put it up on Etsy for like 20 bucks. We got no deals. We bought a crap ton, a metric crap load. That's an official measurement of stuff from this place called the Plunder Box in Midway, Georgia, on our way back from the Florida trip on the way home, because Jay is crazy enough to tell me, you know, we still have room. And I'm like, oh my God. All right, let's stop here. Random stop, middle of nowhere, like literally middle of nowhere in Georgia. But we went in there, no AC. It was hot as hell back there. And we bought so much stuff, and they didn't offer any kind of discounts. And you know, it's like, whatever the cost was. So based on what we paid total, the amount of items, I can sell this one for like 20 bucks. So yay, great. Next, I found this in Summerfield, North Carolina at, I can't remember the name of this place. We had gone up to see my brother and sister-in-law and nephew at the farm, and we always stop on the way home to check out one of the cool antique little shops that they've got in Summerfield, North Carolina. And this is an Ellie Smith Angel, and I think we picked this up for like 7 bucks. She's got a little piece of the glass, like where they put it in a mold where the glass has squished out. There's a little piece of that missing right there, so I'm not sure, but these things are not cheap, and I had no idea. So I'll sell this for probably like 7 bucks, or not 7, that's what we got it for. I'll probably sell this for like 20 bucks, and the buyer will pay shipping. Next, this is a weird one. So I like the cadmium glowy glass, and Jay likes the uranium green glass. So we have our own private collection, and he's got a ton, and I've got a shelf of it. But this is a weird thing. So we found this red, and I'm thinking, ooh, this is gonna be super cool for Christmas. Christmas is coming up, and this is such a beautiful, vibrant red, and it's big, and it definitely makes a statement. And it was only a couple dollars at that Midway, Georgia place, the Plunder Box, or the Treasure Box. It was something like a pirate themed thing. I'll look it up and link it in the description below if you're interested or in that area and want to check it out. But this thing glows. It had a Target sticker on it, which I didn't care because I still think it's pretty cool, but it glows right here where they joined it. So I don't think I realized like that they still use that in glass making. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another one I won't sell for a large amount of money, just because it's kind of vintagey but not vintage. And this is also another struggle with Etsy, because if you have to put an attribute in it and say when it was made, or try to guess, and if it's after 2005 or something like that, you have to do like a collaboration partner. And I'm like, I don't have a collaboration partner, so I'm not sure. So I may just sell this on Facebook Marketplace and I'll offer shipping. So yeah, because I don't want to put up stuff that's not vintage. That is another downfall if you're buying like online auction stuff. And we just picked up a lot of 4 mirrors, and 3 of them are amazing and antique and beautiful and super cool. But there's one that's got like a gold tone frame and there's a skew on the back of it. So I know that's not vintage. So I'll just clean it up and put it on Facebook Marketplace and call it a day. So the next one that I've got here is a Depression. It's a single. And I know some people don't like to buy singles, but I don't know. It was just really different. And I know that it's not worth a whole lot of money, but it's so old, right? It's just cool. And I believe we picked this up in Summerfield as well. I think the same time we got the little blue Ellie Smith Angel. So I was trying to hold on to it to see if I could find a match to it, but I haven't seen anything so far. I may still wait. But here's the other thing. We were in Florida, the Florida road trip, and found these. They are an identical pair, but they're different colors. It's almost like one is older than the other. Like this is a much brighter, vivid orange, and this one has some darker, like patina to it. So I'm not sure why. Sometimes I wish these things could tell me where they have been and what their life was like, how they ended up where they ended up, you know? It's always such a mystery, but I'm gonna sell them as a pair. I mean, they're from like the 1930s, so they're not going to be perfect. And if you're buying a pair of 1930s candlesticks and expecting them to be perfect, you need to adjust your expectations, because they're not. Generally speaking, I don't think I've ever seen a flawless pair from that era. So there's that. Next, wood candles, wood candlestick holders. I love them. I just think they're so pretty. The top of this thing looks like a little egg cup though, but very simple. It might not necessarily be old. It's got like that kind of a screw on the bottom, but people will fix things often. And I need to clean this up. It's got a nice top coat on it already, so I won't have to do any kind of like wood oil for it. So I'll just clean it up and throw it in the booth and sell it as a single. Then we've got this fat chunky boy right here. I like it. He's very robust, and I've seen these. We went down to Benson, North Carolina, to Morgan's on Main. Totally recommend it if you're in the area or driving down 95 and need a place to stop. Little teeny bitty town, but Morgan is super cool, and I actually used to work with her at the newspaper we worked at a million years ago, so that's kind of neat. So I like this. She had several. Some of her booth owners down there had several of these, so I may go back and snag another one just to sell it as a pair, but we'll see. Then, and I don't think we paid very much for that. I can't actually remember. Then we went sourcing in Wilson, North Carolina at the Rummage warehouse last weekend, because we hadn't been there in a while, and that's where I usually get all my art from, just because they have, I can't even tell you, they have stacks and racks, like gigantic wood cat corrals, like row upon row, top, middle, bottom, big, little, small, like so much art. Every piece you could possibly want. Oil paintings on canvas, watercolors, pen and ink, like so many good art pieces. So if you're in the area, check that out. But we got this, and I want to say it's kind of a Danish looking candle holder, little votive holder. And they say it says $4, but they never charge you the price of what is on this, because they pick up so many things that are left over from like an estate sale or stuff like that. And they'll usually look at it and go, hey, it's like $2. So worth it. Check it out if you're in that area. Then we got this cool old like bed chamber candlestick thing. It's got a little dent on the edge, but I don't care. It's neat, and it's coming apart right there, so I'll have to be a little careful, but I think it's just really neat and cool and brass. So I'll clean that up a bit. I won't clean all the patina off of it, but I will certainly clean off the dust and the wax that I can and try to make it a little bit more presentable for whomever might want it. And then we also found this teeny tiny bitty guy, super cute. He's got some crimping on the top edge, just hold a little taper, flat bottom. He won't be very much. I might have to find something similar and pair them together, because I don't like to put anything less than $10 on Etsy, because at the point they take out the 10% of fees, you're not making a damn thing. So then we found this. Where did we find this? We found these in Florida, and they were on sale, I think, because I don't remember spending $18 for the pair. But these are so cool. They're mid-century modern, very, very old, and pretty decent shape. They look fairly clean. Although, weirdly enough, this thing, I can't remember what it's called. It's taller than this one, so I don't know. I don't know how people do that. And it's actually, yeah, it's a little taller than the other one. Who knows? Then we have this guy. He's so neat. He's one of those disappearing candle things, right? So you can, it just pulls down like when you've got a brand new candle in it, and then as it melts, you press it up so that you get more candle until you've used up the entire candle. That's the theory. So I haven't seen one of these in a while, and so I picked that up. This was also the Rummage house from last weekend. And then what else do we have? All right, these. I'm kind of obsessed with these things, and I honestly, these are going to be set up at a price of, I don't really want to sell them, but I will if you love them more than me. These. You notice they're nice and shined up and wood oiled and cleaned and living in our place. So these we got from Summerfield. It's a red building. It's not the antique mall place that they've got in there. It's the other one. It's kind of a pain to get to because you have to like pass it, find this turnaround, go around the dirt road all the way around, and then pull in. So it's not like just off the highway kind of situation. I hate backtracking, so that's kind of a little weird OCD pet peeve of mine. And I love them. Barley twist, and these are vintage for sure. I don't know who made them. There's no mark, there's nothing, but they're in such beautiful condition, and they don't hold a regular size taper, so they're a little bit bigger. So that's why sometimes you'll see people use aluminum foil and put it down in there just to have the candle have something to hold on to. But I think they're amazing and beautiful, and they've got the green felt on the bottom to protect the surface that you set them on. So we'll see if anyone loves them more than I do. Hope so. Hope not. That's a weird thing to do. And then I don't remember where we got these. These are so heavy. We may have picked them up at a thrift store in Florida, or they may have come in an online auction. I can't remember right now. Unfortunately, that's bad. I try to remember where I get everything, but nice little pair. They are so heavy. Like, these are solid, way solid. So they do have some discoloration and pitting in the brass. I'm gonna try Andy from All Things Together. I think I got that right this time. I'm gonna try her Bon Ami white vinegar hot water situation and see if that cleans them up a bit. And then, God, Florida trip. People like that cast iron black wrought iron Americana kind of folksy country look. So I found a ton of these in what is it, the thrift store down there. That it's a chain, but it's not like Goodwill or Salvation Army or anything like that. Waterfront Thrift, I think is what it was. So I got this pair of wall hanging sconces for $4. Not bad. I like that price. Then we have this cute little guy. I love the gold, and I like pillar candles more than I like taper candles, so I picked that up. I do like gold, but I'm not keeping this for myself. And there's no dang price on it, and I have no idea where I got it. So there's that. Welcome to my life. Then we have this cute guy. Look at this. I love this. This is for a pillar. Set of 3 pillar candles, right? Got this for $3.99 at the Waterfront Thrift in Florida. I want to say we were in Crestview. We went down there just checking out the place where my brother and sister-in-law and nephew moved to after they sold the farm, which they finally sold it, and now they're all down there. Then we've got this guy, cast iron lamp. Cast iron looking lamp. He's not super heavy, and he's newer because he's got the little flippy switch, and he works. I've got cute little lampshades. I don't know if I want to sell it with a lampshade because people are really particular about that, and everybody has their own style and taste, so I'll probably just sell this as is. Then pillar candle holder, like a little shabby chic kind of situation. White-ish paint. It's got a little chip on the edge for a smaller, like this is for a votive candle, not necessarily a pillar candle. Same for this other black one. This probably would do a fatter votive, but it might be too shallow to do a full-size pillar. Then we're almost done with the candlestick holders. Aren't you glad? I'm crazy. Then I couldn't pass this up. These are just the same. What would be cool on these shallow ones is to get one of the round candles. That would be super awesome. This is a set of 3, and they got little pads on the bottom. We got this for $6, and I actually like the detail here on the little feet, and I like the set of 3 and that they're different sizes. That make a nice little vignette for Christmas or something like that, right? And then last candlestick holder of the day. Oh, no, that's a lie. I got one more after this. This guy, he is very heavy, excuse me. And he's got a little tag on the bottom. Handcrafted for Silvestri. And I love this thing. It is ornate and heavy, and there's a ton of candle wax on it that's gonna have to be cleaned off. So, beautiful. That thing probably weighs at least 2 pounds. Nice and solid. So, someone's gonna love that, I know. If I can sell it. No comment. The last one, for real, this time, I have 4 of these little guys. I got these in an auction from upstate, I think Michigan. So they are not, I don't think they're super expensive. I didn't pay a whole lot for them, and I don't think it was very much to ship them. So I'll probably put the set of 4 up there. Maybe 2 sets of 2. Because not very many people seem to buy like sets of 4 or 6 or anything like that. So I might do 2 sets of 2, and they'll probably be like $15 for the pair. I think that's fair. All right, lamps. This was the recent Florida trip. We have 2 of these. And sometimes I try to be better about this, but man, when you're in the midst of like focused and searching and you see something like, oh, that's super cool. You know, I try to do a sanity check with Jason. Jason, can you look this over and make sure that I'm not doing something stupid here? But we both kind of missed that there's a crack in both of them, which is kind of odd, really, when you think about it. And they're in the similar places, so I don't know what I don't even know if you'll be able to see this on the camera, but it's on the base. It's just a little hairline for like, it's like from here to here. But they work, and they're really cool looking. They'd be so cute in a bedroom. And these were, who made these? Royal Hager or something like that, I think. So we paid up for this, I can tell you that. So honestly, I don't even know if I'll be able to recoup the money I put into them. We'll see. I paid $16 for each of them. Thankfully, no shipping because it was our road trip. We just packed them up and brought them back. Then this guy, this is going to be a project because I actually happen to think this is really pretty. I like the colors. It's got that warm cocoa brown kind of color to it, and the gold, very much vintage. And it works with the cord that it has, but I'm not going to sell it with a cord that looks like that. That's for sure. So I'm going to fix it. And we're going to have to, and I hate that part where you have to like actually take off the felt off the bottom in order to get to the wire and mechanism up there. So it might be a keeper for me. If it turns out okay and I can find something to cover the bottom, I'll have to buy some new felt. I might sell it, but I got this sucker for $1 plus I think $15 shipping from online auction in New Jersey. And I've had that for a minute. Then we recently, when we went to Benson, we did a whole grand tour of the area basically and ended up in Irwin and picked up this. Normally you see them in pairs, but there was only a single, but we have seen them and walked past them before, and they sell for quite a bit of money. I think I've seen them sell online for $90 for a pair, and we got this thing for 10 bucks because it was closing and going out of business. And it's in great condition. It actually has a feature where the light will turn on in here, and I think someone was trying to fix it or something because the felt is open, but it also works both sides, both parts, top and bottom, and all three together. So I thought that was pretty neat. It did come with a lampshade, but again, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell it with the lampshade or not. Then we've got these. Also found at that place, same place in Irwin. I think it was the Cotton Row, and unfortunately they sold the building and closed down. So that sucks because I wanted to go forever, and we just happened to go like the weekend before they closed. So at least we got to see it. And this was in a mid-century modern booth, and the guy was selling them, I think, $15 for two. And this is the weird thing. We've looked them up, can't find a whole lot of information about them. I don't know who made them, but you would think that they'd match. Like this would be the reverse, right? But it's not. They're like cookies, carbon copies of each other. So they also work. They didn't have any shades, and their felt is still intact. I will likely not be rewiring these and selling them as is. The cords are in good shape, so I'm sure someone will love them and have more time and effort to do projects. So I think that's it. Well, I'm not sure about this one. My daughter loves this lamp. We were using it for a long time. I got it for $8 at a local thrift store, but I might keep it for her if she still wants it. I don't know, kids, she is 25 and their tastes seem to change with the wind. So it works beautifully. I love it. And I actually like the fussy old lady lampshade that comes with it. No offense to fussy old ladies. I'm turning into one, it's fine. But that's it. I think that's it. What's that for? What? Oh, no, one more. This. I got this in an online auction. I want to say New Jersey as well, Brownstone Auctions. And I thought maybe this was, it is jade. I think it's jadeite. It's got a little green painted stem, but this was brass or something, painted gold, and it's kind of lost its patina. No maker on it. It's got a little chip here. But it also works, and I will be selling this. I didn't know if it was gonna glow. It does not glow, but it's got that really old plug. So I just thought that was super cool, and I got it really cheap. I think I got it for $2-3, something like that, and minimal shipping because it's very light. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'm trying to be better about doing these videos once a week, and I usually do better when Jason's at work because I feel so just sitting here talking to this camera the whole time. So you get a little bit more of a natural Renee, which good or bad, I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate it. If you liked it, please subscribe. Click the bell so you can be notified whenever I update or upload a new video. And if you have any questions about any of the items that you saw, if you happen to be a buyer, let me know. Otherwise, they'll be listed in the Etsy shop at some point. So if you like something, reach out to me, send me a message. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Have a good weekend.